Hey, Brad Johnson here. I'm not going to go through my whole intro today. You guys all know it. Pretty much everybody knows it, actually. I will just mention, though, I am a certified professional water slide tester, also fluent in Swahili. Super excited about today's show, but before we get into that, I just want to remind you, my course is launching tomorrow. I announced it on the show last week, had incredible feedback. It's like trying to keep hyenas off a dead zebra. Love it! You guys are awesome. Okay, so today I've got an amazing show for you. We're going to answer your burning questions about dealing with resentment at work, how to get a sense of humor at work, and very excited for this, we've got our first ever interview with the legendary, and this guy is legendary in the health and fitness realm. He's new and just getting his name out there, but I'm telling you, legend. Stick around to find out what I'm talking about. You already know who he is, but I'm going to introduce you to him. This is an exclusive. I mean, totally new content no one has ever heard before. But this guy, legend. Hit it, James.
Brad Johnson Show. 3, 2, 1, ignition, blast off. Welcome to the Brad Johnson Show.
I'm Brad Johnson, and I'm turning losers like you into winners like me.
The Brad Johnson Show with your host, Brad Johnson.
Get ready to start winning.
And now your host, Brad Johnson.
Hey, I'm your host, Brad Johnson. Here, as always, is the assistant to the host, Mr. James Kirkland.
I'm the assistant host, James Kirkland.
Welcome to the Brad Johnson Show, where we turn losers into entrepreneurs. That's you, and I'm turning you into an entrepreneur. So, how was your week, James?
Oh, mine was great.
Yeah, let me tell you about mine. So I was at a mastermind event the other day. It was very, very exclusive, like extremely expensive. But man, the only people there were straight up like masters of the mind. That's why they call it like a mastermind.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So we were just hanging out. You know, there's a pool, there was a hot tub. You know, just people were chilling and stuff. And I'm sitting in my beach chair, sitting next to this guy. Like you would know who he is.
Oh yeah, totally.
I'm not gonna say his name because you know, but you would know who he is. I'm sitting right next to him. I'm looking over in the pool, and these people like they've got like a beach volleyball thing, and you know, and they're in the pool and just kind of bouncing it up, and it keeps just splashing in the water, and they're getting wet, and it's just like what. Come on, guys. Like, there was no organization. There was no leadership.
Oh, wow.
Dude, there was no leadership. So I was like...
That's really sad.
I was like, forget this. So I just stood up, and I was like, hey, dude, I'll talk to you later. And he was like, what? Like, everybody talks to me. I was like, well, I don't, because I need to be a lead. I need to step up here.
Wow.
So I hopped right into that pool, and I was like, guys, no. Marcia, stand over there. John, you move over here. Okay, and now... all right, we're gonna do this right, and so like I started the ball up, and like we kept that ball up. Like,
Did you spike it?
Oh no, we were keeping it up and like up. Oh. So they were just like boom, 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 like all around, and like our record was like 115 or something like that.
Oh my
without
word.
it touching the water. And I mean,
phenomenal.
That's
leadership. That is true leadership.
That's what I do. I mean, their record before had been like 12. I mean, and I got in there, took some leadership, and really made it happen. So we just started crushing it.
Phenomenal.
I mean, then after everyone left, I broke all our records bouncing it to myself. Like, it was amazing.
Wow.
It was incredible. Just a little lesson for everyone out there about how to be a leader. If you can be like me, yeah, you can lead. That's what I'm saying. Okay. So on this show, where I help you salvage the wreckage that is your life through my tried and true answers that are guaranteed to change your life, maybe even for the better. But before we get into your burning questions, it's time for a word from our sponsor.
Tired of boring old cereals? Ready to put some zing in your morning? Introducing Crunchy Milky Breakfast Soup, the cereal that gets your day started right. Forget breakfasting like a champion. Up your game and try the breakfast of winners. Crunchy Milky Breakfast Soup is not your average cereal. Health and nutrition flow through every bite with 100% divided whole grain wheat substitute and absolutely no fake artificial ingredients that aren't not real. This cereal is your ticket to a new life. Vegan, gluten-free, paleo, sugar-free, non-GMO, natural, organic, these are all good things you could try eating. But now it's time to try Crunchy Milky Breakfast Soup. Crunchy Milky Breakfast Soup, the breakfast of winners.
All right. Love that sponsor. That's what I have for breakfast. That's actually my cereal. I created the recipe and have funded the creation of it.
Really?
I was telling you some name ideas like Brad cereal or Brad Johnson cereal, something like that. But I think the name came out well, though. I think it's good.
Yeah, I would totally agree.
Dude, try some today. It is basically all I've been eating, and let me tell you, I've never felt better. Okay, so we are on to your questions.
Are you ready for some questions?
I'm ready. I'm assuming the people who sent them in are. I don't know if they're ready actually, because my answers are just
They're ready to receive the wisdom you're about to impart.
I sure hope so. Let's do this.
All right, question 1. Dear Brad, I'm becoming more and more resentful of my coworkers. They do the same work as me, but they are full-time and I'm only part-time. I hate this because we literally have the same job descriptions. And if that isn't enough, I'm the only one with a college degree. Whoa. This isn't their fault, of course. They should have full-time work. However, my boss knows I want full-time hours. Of late, I can't even talk to them without wondering why they get full-time work along with health insurance and I don't. I'm trying to become full-time work, but it's going very badly. How do I manage this resentment when I'm around them? We have a dinner soon, and I'm afraid I'll say something mean and resentful to their faces. What should I do? Signed, full-time, please?
Oh, wow. I cannot relate to this person. I've never wanted to work full-time. I don't understand that.
That's sad. That really is. That they need to make a life change so that it's not necessary.
I would say, really, just question your motives. Like, why? Like, you get to work part-time. That's amazing. Like, there's a lot of people that would rather work part-time.
Why would you want to work that hard?
Why?
And that long?
It doesn't make sense to me. As far as your resentment to your coworkers, like, you say that this isn't their fault, of course, but, I mean, it is. Like, they don't have to be working full-time, do they? Like, if it would make you feel better if they work part-time, like, I think that's what you need to talk to your boss about. Is moving them, not moving you to full time, because you think you want that, but I don't think you actually want that.
I think they should push for a management position. Managing other people's time in your own time with less time.
Sounds good. Yeah. Okay. What I was saying though is take these people, move them to part time. Then you're all part time. Then nobody has to work full time. That would be better. I mean, you might resent these people, but like I said, it is their fault. Like they're working full time. They don't have to. I mean, going to work is a choice. Like, you could just not show up to work.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I hope that helps. Full time, please. Like I said, you really got your life is screwed up if you want to work full time. So
someone's got to change.
Yeah. Next
question number 2. Would you think it's a red flag if a job listing lists a sense of humor as a desirable trait? I've heard it many times as a newly hired person, and in my case, it's always just been another way of saying the boss is a jerk, just try to ignore it. It's always ticked me off because it often feels like a lose-lose sort of thing. You can't call them out, and if you do, you just don't have a good sense of humor. Is that a common thing, or do I actually have a bad sense of humor? Signed, Humorless Hal.
Wow, that's a pathetic name there. That's just bad.
It's not funny at all.
It's
really
not. Like, I mean, his humorless is showing. So you ask if you actually do have a bad sense of humor. I'm gonna say yes. I mean, I didn't even crack a smile through that whole thing. Like, there was
not at all.
Nothing funny.
Nothing was there.
It was ridiculous. I mean, and this is coming from me. Like, and people tell me I have an amazing sense of humor.
You know comedy.
Like,
you are comedy.
Pretty much. Yeah. I mean, you look up comedy in the dictionary and probably, a picture of Dave Chappelle right next to me. Like, I mean, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyway, as far as the job listing part of this, the boss is a jerk and you just have to ignore it. I don't think that's code for that. I mean, when I hired you on, James, that a good sense of humor was part of the requirements. Yeah. Like, I wasn't going to hire you if you had a bad sense of humor like this guy. So
totally.
I mean, it has nothing to do with the boss being a jerk or anything like that.
Not
it's
at all.
Completely not even part of it. So I would just say, just totally smile, relevant. Just make the best of it. Like, you need to find yourself a sense of humor. I don't even know where you would get one because I was just born with such a good one. Like, that was just me.
I don't know.
So yeah. I don't know if I can really help you there, Humorless Hal. Just get a sense of humor. That would help. All right, let's do our quickfire questions.
All right. Here we go. Biggest struggle you've had as an entrepreneur. Go.
Oh, the personal. I like this. Who wrote these? That's good. Biggest struggle I've had as an entrepreneur. Really, it's what to do with all my money. That's really what it boils down to. I mean, when you're successful and you have so much money, it's like, okay, what do I do with all this?
Nobody thinks about that.
Exactly.
What do you do with that money once it starts pouring in?
Hashtag the struggle is real.
Hashtag the money is real.
Oh, yeah. You know it. All right, next one.
Biggest thing you wish you could change if you had to start over again.
Oh, man. There's nothing. I like I said, I mean, my life is basically perfect. I don't know, like, people screw things up. I don't. So I wouldn't change anything.
Except for your haters. That's the only thing I would change, is change my haters.
Well, something I've come to realize is you can't change other people unless you try really, really hard. And the harder you try, the more they appreciate it, usually. So I would, yeah.
Just force it.
That's a good one, yeah.
Good.
Change the haters.
Great. Last one. What is the one thing you're most famous for?
Oh, man.
Great question.
People ask me this all the time. It gets harder and harder, like, every day, because it's like there's more things to be famous for. So, yeah, I don't think I could pick one.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the underwater Zumba competition that I won, like, that's a trophy I like.
That's pretty phenomenal,
that's
really.
a fun thing. You know, there's not many people that can say that, so I would say that definitely puts me up there. Youngest Entrepreneur of the Year award.
Yeah.
17 years in a row.
Totally.
That was wow.
Yeah,
I mean,
did you get the most improved entrepreneur award?
And that
several times.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, that conference was big. I'm telling you, the who's who of entrepreneurs.
And the medal was big.
Yeah. All right. Well, good questions. I mean, you know, they were good. Keep them coming. Keep them asking. I'll keep answering. Okay, so now we're on to, like, usually this is where we do some tips for entrepreneurs or read a business article and just give my commentary on what other people say, because it's more important that way. But today we are actually having an interview. Now, this is something I've just, when I first booked this interview, I mean, this is a hard get. This is a get. Like, this was on my list as far as a get, and now I got it. So it's no longer a get. It's a got.
This is on the got list,
This
man.
is on the got list. Oh, yeah.
Great.
So today we have an interview with a man you probably don't know yet. But he is, like I said, a legend in the health and fitness and wellness area. He's an author of a book that he wrote. He's a working out maniac. You know him, I know him, my friend and brother in being jackedness, Mr. Chad Brock. Welcome.
How you doing,
Mr.
Brad?
Brock. Chad, how's it going, man?
Oh, it's going great. So good to hear from you.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. Like I said, this was a hard get. Like, you're a busy man.
Oh, I really am. It's hard to put the weights down, you know, but I gotta
Tell
do
me
it
about
sometimes,
it.
you know.
Yeah.
Just
well,
gotta
actually, I
hydrate.
see you're holding a weight still. Like,
Yeah, no, it never stops. You always keep pumping, man.
I've got mine, James. Like, it's where'd you move it? Like, he moved my weights. Like, James,
yeah.
they're always right here. Like, I
That's
got
the
my
worst.
my 50 or 60 pounds like here,
Totally.
like, all the time. Yeah,
Absolutely.
That's what I do. So I saw on your Facebook profile that you're a fan of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Like, how does it feel
Yeah.
to be a loser? Like,
Oh, I see what you did there. That's a low blow.
No, dude. Like,
Better watch yourself.
my team is the Browns. Like, all the way. Like, they're.
I'm sorry. We'll pray for you.
Okay, so, all right. Anyway, so I've heard that you wrote a book. Is that right?
Yeah, you got that right, man. It's all right, Brad. The book is called Fat. It stands for freaking amazing to eat.
Oh, wait, where's the E?
Oh, it's a silent E.
Fat with the silent E.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So the subtitle is "The food you love will make you skinny, guaranteed."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and
Nice.
it's a revolution, really.
It sounds like.
It is, and it just completely changes our approach to food, how we think about it, how it
Yeah.
affects us.
That's great.
And just the stereotypes that go with certain types of food. Like,
Man, hate stereotypes.
I'll give you a sneak peek in the book.
Okay, yeah, I haven't read it.
Chicken
I mean,
nuggets
sounds
are in
interesting.
there. I'll just tell you that.
Chicken nuggets?
They're in there.
Oh, like,
They're in the book. You gotta read it.
In the book?
Yeah.
Wow. So chicken nuggets are in the book. Like, is it like in the freezer section, of, like, instead of the book section? Or?
No, I see what you're doing there, man. You're so funny.
Oh yeah. Well, we were just actually talking about that. How
Jokes.
like I have this sense of humor that, I mean, it just really brings out the best in my guests. Like, I feel
Great.
like all the time.
Yeah.
So
it's
like,
about the strength of your comedy. That's
Yeah.
really what inspires me.
exactly, and then also like just the interview questions, like the deep probing. Yeah, I mean, I really try and dig into the person.
Strong
yeah,
questions.
Yeah,
Very
and
strong.
I don't even have to know anything about you. Like, that's why I have an interview. Like, some people say, do your research. Like, why? Like, I'm asking you questions so I can not have to do research.
Completely.
Like, you're my research, okay?
Completely understand.
Okay, so one of the questions that I really wanted to ask you, and I think a lot of the listeners were probably wondering this too. So, with your last name, is that like a play on broccoli?
Actually, it's It's I don't know the origins of it, but broccoli actually isn't a recommended food
Really?
on my list. No.
Oh. So is that why you like cut off the oli? Like you just brock, like
Right.
no.
Right. I don't want any association with that food
No.
whatsoever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
It's actually a health hazard.
Oh man,
yeah.
I knew that.
Yeah, because of the bugs that can hide inside the frondles of the broccoli.
I hate bugs like hiding in my broccoli.
Oh yeah, it's really the worst. Like,
Okay.
it doesn't promote strength.
Okay, so give me like an idea of like, okay, I'm on your diet. What does that look like?
All right, so the diet you become a self-made person.
Nice.
You become a self-made
All about that.
dieter. Yeah, you choose your own path that promotes strength in your own way. Whatever that looks like for you, that's what you're gonna pursue.
Okay, so freaking amazing to eat, like that. It's in the title, like basically just the stuff that you want to eat, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's helping you understand how the way you like to eat actually does promote health in your own way.
Because like psychological,
Exactly. It's strength
like
of
brain
mind.
stuff.
Strength of body is secondary to strength of mind.
Okay, so if I'm happy while I'm eating my chicken nuggets and stuff, like that's what matters.
That's far more important.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference.
The nutrition comes basically like through your brain.
It's mental nutrition.
I see.
That's what I call it.
I love it. I love it. So, Chad, tell me you used the ghostwriter on your book.
Absolutely.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
It's,
Okay.
it's the strong thing to do. That's what strong people do.
Yeah. I mean, who has time to write a book? I mean,
Exactly.
hard to pick up a pen when you're pumping iron.
Exactly.
Like that's I have that problem myself.
I just dictated
I
the
work out all the
introduction
time.
to my typist.
Okay,
And,
I see.
Yeah, while I was crunching
Yeah?
weights, and yeah, just
crunching them.
yeah, just
Dang.
I grind them up into fine powder and then drink it.
Oh wow! Like I'll have to try that. Man, I can see it. It works.
That's in my other book. It's coming out next month. So
sweet.
I'll keep you filled in.
All right, we'll have to have you back for that. Like,
Absolutely.
yeah, put me on your calendar, and I'll put you on my calendar. Although, I mean, with your jacketness and my jacketness, we might break each other's calendars or something.
I might not fit on your
Chad. Okay, so Chad, part of the big hype behind this book is you're kind of, like you said, revolutionizing things. I mean, you have some kind of anti-mainstream stuff here. Okay,
Totally.
so let's talk the top 5 foods that kill body fat. Okay, hit me with that. What's
Kill
that
body
about?
fat. Yeah, absolutely. Now, I don't want to give too much information away because I want you to read the book. You gotta read the book.
Yeah, never give too much value.
Right. So, I'm just going to give you a sneak preview. The 5 foods that kill body fat are lard, Crisco, Cool Whip, can't believe it's not butter, and margarine. Now, I realize you may be amazed and astounded by that.
I am amazed and
Good.
astounded.
Good. Then buy the book. And,
Okay.
and you'll fully understand where I'm coming from with that. But
Yeah.
I'm telling you that those foods are what
So I take it that's a big part of your your
Exactly.
diet, like
Right.
your diet.
That's what gives me the strength that I need to get through every day.
Wow, and look like that too. I mean,
Exactly.
wow.
Don't be too jealous.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't want you to be jealous of me.
No worries there.
Okay, Chad. So last question: what is the healthiest thing that you have ever put in your body?
The healthiest thing I've ever put in my body probably would be my recipe for bulletproof coffee.
Oh.
Have you heard of that?
Whoa, yes, bulletproof coffee. I drink it all the time. Yeah.
Great. It really promotes strength.
I actually, there was a lawsuit. I kind of invented it, and then somebody stole it and stuff. But that's a whole other story. Like, let's just
terrible.
okay. So
Great.
your recipe.
My recipe, it starts out with, I can't believe it's not butter.
Oh.
And that may surprise you again, like I mentioned it before, but it's all about the psychological aspect of the food that you eat. If you can convince yourself that it's not butter and that it's a substitute, then your mind will just be amazed and you will strengthen yourself by doing that. And you combine it with a few other ingredients.
Yeah.
It's a secret recipe. You'll have
Okay.
it's in the back of the book. But
Come on, you
yeah,
gotta give me
it's-
something. Like, what? Give me a taste. Like, what is this bulletproof coffee all about?
well, I'll bring you one next time. The first thing is can't believe it's not butter. Second thing is jet puffed marshmallows, which may surprise you.
Okay.
But the thing is, with jet puffed, it's so light. The sugar's so light, it doesn't add any weight to your body, and it's called jet puffed because it goes through your body so fast it can't affect it.
Of course.
Exactly.
Love it.
And then the next thing is Twinkies.
Love
Those also another very light food.
Yeah.
Really doesn't affect you too much.
I've noticed that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really a great choice to put into this combination. And then sometimes I'll just throw in a piece of pie, like a lemon meringue pie.
Okay.
It's great.
Coconut?
I wouldn't recommend coconut.
Okay.
Coconut actually, I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay. It sounds dangerous.
Yeah,
and then
it's-
coffee.
it's-
Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you want to make sure you use decaf because the caffeine just it confuses your mind and it de-strengthens your body.
so I was thinking, like, would you put in like some I don't know, cocoa mix or something like that to kind of give it a little zing?
I wouldn't recommend that. No.
Okay.
You don't want to overdo anything. Like you want to be careful with your body. It you got to promote strength in everything, and that just might put you over the edge. So be
James,
careful.
where is my weight? Sorry. Okay. Anyway, all right. Well, Chad, so good to talk to you. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for the book.
My pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Looking forward to next time with your next book. Like, it's gonna be great, and bring me in some of that bulletproof coffee. Like,
Absolutely, we'll do.
I can feel myself getting stronger just listening to the ingredient list. That's
Great.
amazing. All right,
Stay
thanks, Chad.
strong, my friends.
All right, already am. Wow, that was a great interview. I'm just gonna say this, like, I rocked it. Like, it was so good. Like, the questions and stuff, that was great. Anyway, we're moving on to the next segment here. We gotta wrap things up, but before we go, I want to just give you the sound of my social footprint. This is where I read what you guys have to say about what I had to say, and say what I have to say about that. All right, James, what kind of tweet action do we have today?
Well,
I know the fans were just lighting up the Twitter sphere this week, like crazy.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
hit me.
Let's totally get into
Let's
it.
do this.
All right. So at Molly Cakenut said, Brad, settle a dispute. Is it okay to take your shoes off at work? Hashtag Brad knows. Hashtag work fight. Hashtag foot fight.
Whoa.
Wow, that escalated quickly.
I want to see that. A work
The
foot
shoes
fight.
are coming off.
Yeah, let's do this. Is it okay? I'm not wearing shoes. I don't, like, what?
Oh, that's a bit noise.
All right, if you're an entrepreneur, like, it doesn't matter, like, what other people think or what they want you to do. You get to do whatever you want to do. So, Molly Cakenut, become an entrepreneur. Like, okay, my course coming out tomorrow. Like, make sure you register because then you won't even have to worry about this. Next question. Or next tweet.
Next tweet. At Obi-Wan Cookie says, how many trophies do you actually have? Hashtag Brad Johnson Show. Hashtag Brad knows. Hashtag never stop winning.
Okay, first, that ad was legit.
That was great.
That was bold. Okay. Obi-Wan Cookie, I love it. Okay, so, it's hard to say because I got so many that, like, I started giving them away. Like,
Really?
there were other people who didn't have trophies, and I was like, you sore loser. Like,
it's so
I'm-
philanthropic of you.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. But that's like, so it's really hard to count because I gave so many away. So now the ones that I have, like my 2 trophy rooms, like sitting, like, well, it's 3, I guess, if you count the other room. But
Gotcha.
like, it's not officially. I'm remodeling it to make it more of a trophy room.
Right.
So the 2 full ones and that one, it's hard to say. It's a lot.
Yeah,
totally. It's a lot.
That's a
Okay.
lot to keep track of.
All right, what we got next?
At Dude What's Up Dude says,
Oh, nice handle.
these people are
man.
just great. What does this guy actually do for a living? Why should we take his advice? I mean, for real, he's got a podcast, but so what? Hashtag does Brad really know?
Okay, dude, what's up,
I'm
dude?
not- I'm not sure
that
how
was
that
an
got in
okay
there.
Twitter handle. I mean, not really. Like, actually, no, that Twitter handle. Like, I like thinking about it again.
Negate
like,
that.
It was not. That's really kind of dumb, actually. I mean, who needs dude in there twice? Like, for real. Okay, dude.
Come on, dude.
Dude, like, this is ridiculous. I mean, does Brad really know? I obviously, like, I'm answering your questions, man.
I'm not sure that deserves an answer.
I don't think it
To be
does.
honest, like it's
I'm
just
providing
downright
so
rude.
much value to
Yeah,
these people.
yeah.
Like,
That's the thing. Thanks you get.
oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. Let's just skip that. Like, okay, James. Next time, like, do a better job as far as like reading
was
through the
the-
tweets. Like,
it
this
was
is
the
not
only
okay.
one that was
Okay.
there, but-
Don't
okay.
let that through again.
Okay.
I don't want to see this happen again.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So, man, this just goes right back to what I was saying about haters before. Like, I would change them because it's stupid. I mean, people. The course launches tomorrow. Don't forget. That's what really matters. Forget the haters. Forget the people who are trying to pull you down. It doesn't matter. I'm
can't-
so stoked about this, guys. So stoked. Ready to change your life. Ready to stop being a loser. This is it. This is it. Get the course. All right. So, quote of the day. This is from Rainier Marie Rilke. Good friend of mine, Rainier. She's she's out just crushing it, like in her area. She's really on top of things. It's great. So this is the quote of the day. That just let it impact you. Okay. This quote of the day. This is the wisdom that I'm leaving you with, and it's like I gave you all my wisdom, and now here's some kind of more subpar wisdom, like to kind of bring you off the high of my wisdom. So here we go. Quote of the day. Once the realization is accepted that even between the closest human beings, infinite distances continue to exist, a wonderful living side by side can grow up. If they succeed in loving the distance between them, which makes it possible to see the other whole against the sky. Wow.
Phenomenal.
That was touching. Very.
It's a great way to end the show.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much again for listening. This is the Brad Johnson Show, where we help losers become entrepreneurs.
And I'm James Kirkland.
Until next time, remember to get the course. All right. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Brad Johnson Show, where every episode we bring you tips, tricks, interviews, advice,
is this
and
now?
answers
No,
to
it's
fix the
careful.
mess that is your life.
Okay,
while
what is
helping
this?
you
Hold
stop being a loser and start
whoa,
winning
whoa,
in
whoa.
business, health, and your personal life. Show us your face, tweet us your tweets, and Insta your grams at Brad Johnson Show. The Brad Johnson Show. Winners only.